Another day, another video. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. Today, watching the Big Bang Theory. This is the 17th episode of the 9th season. Hope you guys have been enjoying it so far. If you'd like to watch today's full episode, it is available for a link in the description below. Just click on it, put the password in, and enjoy. So, last episode, you know, Howard found out that he was going to be a dad. I thought it was going to be some big, amazing, exciting celebration, some big reveal, but no, she's done it subtly. You know, she left some sticky notes around the house and obviously found it. Then he got emotional. He was loving it. Then he got scared, and then he started panicking. He started saying, "Are we going to be good parents? What about this? What about that?" Started putting doubts in his head, started putting doubts in Bernadette's head. Then obviously he went and told his friends. He was all happy for him, but then again he was down, he was spiraling. And you know, it looked like something that was supposed to be some crazy amazing celebration turned into something that was negative and sad and upsetting. And you know what I mean, it got him scared. Now I think that he's going to be a great dad, and I feel like she's going to be a good mum as well. And, you know, it kind of shows and reflects people's true emotions in situations like this, because if you look at Howard throughout the whole show, he's always talked about how he wanted to be a dad and be a great one and be better than his, which wasn't, you know, like wasn't in his life. He was absent, and he's always going to be there, and he's always going to give him everything that he always wants. And then the time that he actually gets told that he's going to be a father, do you know what I mean? All doubts start spiraling and going through his head, and it just shows actually the real emotions. But ended up being really fun and good episode, because they all went out, they all started drinking, they all started doing karaoke, they was all singing towards Bernadette, and everybody was just having good and happy vibes. And to be honest, you know, I've really liked the last few episodes. It's been really, really good, and if we could continue like that, then it's going to be a great end to the season. And like I said, I feel like them two will actually be great parents. Thanks for checking out today's episode. If you do enjoy it, please smash the like, really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, let's jump into today's episode.
So, Sheldon, there's something I've been wanting to talk about, but I know it's kind of a touchy subject. Your birthday's coming up, and you've never let us celebrate it, and I was hoping maybe this year we could. Hey, great. I mean, it doesn't have to be a big party or anything. Where'd he go?
Wait a minute. You mention his birthday and he vanishes?
Well, where's that information been this whole time?
Where is he?
Sheldon!
I'll check his room.
Just one example of how birthdays can be terrible. Please drop this subject and pick a new one. Yeah, I suggest, how thick can a soup get before it becomes a stew?
But it's the one day a year that's just all about you.
One day.
He's wishing that it was one day.
Right.
As you know, I have a twin sister with whom I obviously share a birthday. Every year we'd have a party. No one I invited would ever come because they didn't like me. When I was 6, they told me Batman was coming to my party. I waited by the door for hours. Closest thing to Batman I saw was when a robin flew into the window.
You made my last birthday so memorable, I wanted to return the favor.
You may celebrate my life by throwing a party with cake, presents, and a shower of admiration and love. But then you owe me big time.
Do you know what, right? Obviously, we all know when our birthday is, but if I didn't have family and obviously a girlfriend and that, I would literally forget when my birthday is. And I wouldn't forget the date. I obviously know it. But what I'm saying is, to me, it's just another day of the year. And, like, if there was nobody around to constantly say, "Oh, it's your birthday this week," or "It's your birthday tomorrow, what are you doing for your birthday?" I would literally just gloss and past it and forget. Like, recently, it has been my birthday. I think 2 weeks ago, maybe. 2 weeks ago, I think it was my birthday. But it was only up until, like, the day before or something, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it's my birthday," because like everybody's like, "What you doing?" or whatnot. You know what I mean? It's like all these like big days, so to speak. I always forget. It's only other people that remind me. Like I don't look on the calendar, but "Oh, my birthday's coming up. Shall we do stuff?" Like it's people at work that are like book a week off. You know what I mean? And celebrate the whole week. And I mean, do whatever you want really. Have an excuse to book your annual leave. You know what I'm saying? If that's your excuse, go for it. But me, I never even noticed it, and I honestly, if I firmly lived on my own and didn't have anybody in my life, I wouldn't even remember that today was my birthday or whenever it was. You know what I mean? I would just pass it. So kind of get where Sheldon's coming from that, but like I also do get like it is something to celebrate. It's a good reason to get people out of the house and engage, and it does show that people actually care for you as well.
You have any idea what you're getting Sheldon for his birthday?
He's been fascinated with dinosaurs lately. Maybe we could get him a fossil.
You know, he told a sad story about how his sister tricked him into thinking Batman was coming to his party. Didn't you try to get Adam West to do a signing here once?
Yeah, but there was kind of a scheduling conflict. He wanted to know when he'd get paid, and I wouldn't tell him.
Can I get his contact info?
Sure.
Mylar balloons, yes. Latex balloons, no. Water balloons, I will jump off the roof and aim for your car. Marching bands and Tibetan throat singing.
No music it is.
Weird to hear Batman say, "Don't ring the doorbell or my poodles will go crazy."
So Adam West is my favorite Batman. Well, after Michael Keaton, Christian Bale, and Batman from the Lego movie. What? He beat out George Clooney, and that's something. Like, I love me some Clooney.
Oh, I was just glad to be invited. To be honest, I don't always feel like I'm part of the group.
Okay, sweetie, we're on the clock here. Can you hate yourself and Frost at the same time?
You're pregnant?
Yeah.
Sounds like something a member of the group might know.
How can you put Michael Keaton in front of Christian Bale?
Oh, please. Even my poodles know Bale's overrated.
Oh, but Christian Bale's not
Thank
overrated.
you. That's why I say Keaton's #1. He brought a sense of humor to the role.
It should be me, Keaton, Kilmer, Lego, Bale, and that pretty boy Clooney.
You're ahead of Bale, the man who personified the words, "I'm Batman."
All those other guys had muscles built into their costume. All I had in my bat suit was 100% grade A West.
Do you know what, right? If I was Ben Affleck, I'd be absolutely wounded about that. Because, to be honest, he wasn't actually that bad Batman. But, like, you know, his role was just kind of doomed from the start. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you have some people that are so good, it's just doomed. Like, in my personal opinion, and this is just my one, Jared Leto as the Joker was actually not bad. It was just the fact that he had to come straight after Heath Ledger, who was so good that Jared Leto was doomed instantly. It just was. It's just like Man United. You got Sir Alex Ferguson, the greatest manager of all time, and then when he retired, David Moyes come in and he was doomed. No matter what he done, he was doomed. And after a few months or whatever, he was gone. You know, no. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, sometimes, personally, I think Ben Affleck is a great actor. And I actually don't think he was that bad, but I understand why everybody dislikes him. And I think Christian Bale is absolutely top tier. I think he's one of the best actors that are literally out, to be honest. I think he's great. All his films are amazing. And he, do you know what? He's probably one of the underrated characters. You just look at his old, like, if you can go back to old times, like American Psycho, Equilibrium, you know what I mean? Like, they're so good. And then obviously if you look at in The Big Short, you know, Michael Burry, amazing kind of true story in the stock market. Look at him as Batman, you know what I mean? Look at the different roles that he's been in. The Fighter, when he lost all his weight, and it's just crazy. I think he's a top tier actor, to be honest. I think personally, in my opinion, if I have to pick, I actually do think that Christian Bale is the best Batman.
Is there a reason I had to leave my own apartment?
Well, I think they just want you to see it for the first time all decorated.
I'm gonna tell them they're doing it wrong.
Well, I'm sure they'll ask you to give a speech, and that's when you just tear them a new one. Maybe later I'll get to see you in your birthday suit.
He don't know what it is.
But this is my birthday suit. Are you having a stroke?
There's so many
Oh,
transitions.
Mother, I'm surprised you came all this way for Sheldon's birthday.
Oh, I was happy to. He did come to my 60th.
Oh, you had a party for your 60th?
To be fair, we did get married in Vegas and didn't invite her.
And I never did thank you for that, dear.
Oh, wait.
Are you all right?
No, I got a little lightheaded.
Oh, do you need a minute?
Now, if I can walk past that pet shop with the parrot in the window, I suppose I can do this. Thank you all so much for coming. Beverly, Will Wheaton, Adam West, thank you. This is all so thoughtful. Excuse me.
Okay, I better go in there and talk to him.
Well, don't you think I'm the one who should go in?
No offense, but I've known the guy a really long time.
How do you know I'm not using the facilities?
Because you email me your bathroom schedule once a week, even though I've clicked unsubscribe like 1,000 times.
I looked around the room and I saw all the faces and the presents, and it was just too much.
You know, I hate that your sister and her friends used to torture you. What I hate even more is if I was there, I would have tortured you too. Or one of my favorite people. So if what you need is to spend your birthday in a bathroom, I'm happy to do it with you.
Everyone will think I'm weird.
You are weird. Everyone knows you're weird, but they're all still here because they care about you so much.
Whoa, some of us need to check our hair because we might have a shot with Winard's mother.
I mean, Crick is just as weird as well, to be honest. Now, the thing is with Penny there is that just shows, like, we always talk about Sheldon's growth in terms of his feelings and relationships, and do you know what I mean, since the start of the show, but Penny has grown massively as well, if I'm being totally honest. Like, I think her appearance has obviously grew. If you look at it, she used to be, I don't know, like a younger, partier kind of girl. The way she dressed, you know, small shorts, small t-shirts, you know what I mean? Now she's more mature, older. She wears dresses, long sleeves, you know what I mean? She's just grew up as a person, but, like, also her conversations and her feelings, I believe, as well, have matured and progressed forward. I mean, go straight back to the episode where she was in a bedroom with Bernadette and Amy, and he was talking about, I think they was talking about somebody at prom, and they said that what they done with one of theirs is they threw somebody in a field and tied them up or something, and then, you know, the next day they come back home and they was all laughing, and she didn't realise that she was the bully, you know what I mean, at that time, and she still thought it was kind of funny then. But if you look at her now, she would look back on herself and think, I was an arsehole. I was nasty. I wouldn't want to do that. Do you know what I mean? How could I have done that to somebody? And you know what I mean? And she takes care and she listens and she actually does, you know, engage with everybody and the feelings and stuff. And I just feel like, I don't know, she's progressed. Personally, I don't think she gets enough credit as she deserves because, you know, everybody else is kind of moving and chopping and going through their kind of life and storylines here. But I don't know, I feel like Penny's progressed massively throughout the show if you look at her since she was first introduced up until this point now.
Leonard.
Hey.
It's been a
Yo,
while.
Leslie.
I can't remember the last time we talked. So much has changed.
Has it? You know, actually, I thought you'd be living with Sheldon forever.
And it's gonna come back out, but I think he's a little embarrassed, so let's all be extra nice, okay?
I'd like to apologize for my behavior. I hope it hasn't put a damper on the party. So please enjoy yourselves. Oh, this is quickly getting out of hand.
Customary for the birthday boy to receive presents, but I feel like I got the greatest gift the day he was born.
Fun. Let's do more. Someone else say something wonderful about me.
We've known each other a long time, and it is a pleasure to work with you and call you my friend.
I know that we have had our ups and downs, but I can honestly say that my life is so much more interesting because you are in it.
I know the future holds great things for you, and we all can't wait to see.
Someone call animal control. There's a cougar on the loose.
Gandhi, who said, live as if you were to die tomorrow.
In the past, I would have said something obnoxious like happy birthday, dumbass. But I'm not going to do it. You and I have both grown a lot, and it's just so nice to see you all again.
Oh, now you know I hate change. Say it.
Happy birthday, dumbass!
Here's to you, Sheldon.
Thank you, Bernadette. That was perfect.
Well, it's hard to remember a time you weren't in my life. Believe me, I try. You're more than just my roommate. You're my brother.
Oh, wait. Stuart didn't get to speak.
Sheldon, I've spent most of my life feeling invisible, but having you and
Hey,
everyone...
everybody listen up!
Yeah, I feel tight on him, man.
Who couldn't be here, but really wanted to wish you a happy birthday.
Happy birthday to you.
I can't believe it.
Happy birthday to you.
Oh, you're singing. Well, I'm sorry.
I hope you didn't think you're gonna get through tonight without a hug.
You know, I used to hate these hugs. Now they're just extremely irritating.
Happy birthday to you.
So who's taking me home?
Time's up. You know, that was pretty good actually. You know, it's always nice to see Sheldon happy. He does me head in sometimes when he stresses out and tries to get his own way and he's stroppy, but like when he actually is happy, he sells it so good. I always say it all the time. You know, the prime example was, do you remember when he was scared of the bird and then it come to the house and he had it on his arm and he's smiling like that and he got a picture and then it flew away and then he made his lost posters. Like, he just sells a smile so well. Honestly, he really does. And to be honest, again, you know, I was saying, my birthday, if I didn't have people around, I would just gloss over it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't even realise when it was because I don't really pay attention. But it doesn't mean to say that I'm not all for having a celebration. And, you know, it doesn't even have to be about me or about Sheldon. It's the fact that it brings everybody together. You know what I mean? Everybody in the same room that you don't get, like, all of the time. And today was a prime example of it. You know, how many times do we see Cricket? How many times do we see Will Wheaton in the same room together? Not many. We don't even hardly see Sheldon, Leonard's mum coming in anymore. And this is the first time we've seen Leslie make an appearance since When did she stop being in it? Season 2. And I don't know why, because I thought she was really good as well. I actually thought she was a perfect reoccurring character for a show, to be honest. If you go back to the early stages of the show and look at her being a recurring character, I feel like that is how you do it with one. Now, I feel like they've done well with Stuart bringing him in and being sort of a recurring character, and I do feel sorry for him sometimes, like in today's episode, but his mannerisms and the way he acts and the character that he plays, he actually does it so perfect, doesn't he? If you just look at him and just his role that he's got, he sells it so well. He actually does. He's an underrated actor for this show, if I'm being totally honest. He does it, he sells it, you kind of feel sorry for him, you kind of laugh at him, you understand him, he's really good. But the whole episode was nice and good vibes, to be honest. It's nice to see people that we don't see a lot. And again, I'm really happy that we got to see Leslie. I totally forgot that she was in here. Like I said, this is why birthdays and Christmas time and stuff should be celebrated, because it brings people that you don't see all the time together collectively, just like you do with the 4th of July and Independence Day. You know what I mean? Like, you get all these people that you've not seen for so long in the room again, and it just makes you feel good and happy. And, you know, that was a nice ending to this episode. Okay, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Thanks so much for checking out the channel today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I mean, not really much to conclude. It was just pretty simple in today's episode. But, you know, sometimes simple is key. You know what I mean? You can't really complain about it. Sheldon's birthday. He wanted to throw a party. Do you know what I mean? He kind of didn't want to go for it. Then he kind of convinced him, you know, it's a day for celebration. You know, when you was a kid, obviously we just listened to the story that you were saying. You didn't really have many friends. Nobody come around. Then you got picked on by obviously your twin sisters' friends. And they told you that Batman was going to come, and then he didn't. So his friends, you know, decided, you know what, we'll go out, we'll get Batman, do you know what I mean? Actually got somebody who physically played him to come to the party as well. You know, they had Stephen Hawking on the computer, we had Leslie making an appearance, you know, Will Wheaton turned up, Stuart, we also had what is it now, Kripke, you know, just people here celebrating Sheldon. And there's nothing really more that you could actually say about the episode, do you know what I mean? Like, it was literally just plain and simple. Sheldon's birthday, he didn't want to celebrate it. They obviously told him that it's a day where they want to celebrate it, they appreciate him, you know what I mean? Like, he's grew as a person, he's obviously helped other people grow as well. They had nice little speeches going around saying obviously how much he means to them, and how much he's changed their lives, you know what I mean? Everybody was happy, and that was just kind of it. It was just nice and simple. Obviously we didn't have a progression of you know, Bernadette being pregnant or anything other like that, but sometimes, like I said, you have nice episodes that just coast and do well. And to be honest, I don't think that we can conclude it any more than we currently have. I thought it was a nice episode, and obviously it stayed true to the last few, where it's been consistently entertaining to watch. There's been no dips. I feel like it stayed as good as the last few episodes. Obviously the information revealed isn't exciting as of having a baby, but at the end of the day, do you know what I mean, it was nice to see him happy, nice to see everybody back. It got me happy, obviously seeing a few faces that we've not seen before, and it just left me in good spirits going into the next one. So that is going to be my conclusion for today's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please smash like, it really helps out. Subscribe if you're new, and as always, I'll catch you in the next one. Cheers, guys.